Hi everybody, it's Randy. So, couldn't think of what I wanted to do some videos on, but I realized, wow, I am in the process of doing something that I do every year, which is diet. And so, why not make some videos on my diet that does work, okay? It's the old HCG diet, if any of you have tried that in the past. But they did ban the HCG drops, which I did used to take, and I had no negative side effects. The new variation of the same drops that do the same thing, maybe 90% as well, are called 1, 2, 3, 4. No, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 diet drops, okay? You can buy these on Amazon in 1-pack or 2-packs. I buy 1-pack. I don't know how much they are. They're like $25 to $35, and it lasts for about 6 weeks. So this is a very, very strict diet. But if you stick to it, you will definitely lose weight. You can't cheat. If you cheat, you will not only not lose weight, but you'll gain weight. So there's a very big incentive not to cheat on this diet. I don't know if I'll be able to summarize this whole diet in one video, so there may be a part 2 in the next day or 2. You buy the drops on Amazon, and you mentally prepare ahead of time for this diet. What the drops help you do is to not be hungry with very few side effects. The drops do not keep me awake. They don't give me a huge boost of energy. They give a slight boost of energy. And one bonus about being on this diet is that you are not supposed to do any kind of physical exertion or, difficult exercise. Just regular, moderate to low exercise is recommended. What I do is I weigh myself one morning and then I begin the drops. But I do not begin the diet or the food part, which is phase 2 of the diet, until after 2 days of taking the drops. For the first 2 days of taking the drops, you are to eat normally or even overeat. You can eat fatty foods, sugar foods, whatever foods you want. Go ahead and fill up during those first 2 days. I guarantee by the second half of the second day, you won't want to eat the food that you're being told you can eat on that second day. What you're going to also do in that first and second days are go to the grocery store and buy all of the foods that you're going to need, and then get rid of all the foods that you can't have. So in the days leading up to taking the drops, what I do is I finish off all my chips, my crackers, I put my bread away in the freezer. All the carbs are either hidden or thrown away or frozen, because carbs are my weakness. Do the same with sweets. If you have a weakness for sweets, you're not going to be eating that. Then you need to grocery shop, and you need to fill your cupboard with many things. Some you may already have. Some important things to have are coconut oil, the kind that hardens in a jar after it gets cold, and then in the summer or in the heat it'll turn liquid, but it's in a jar. This is not technically on the diet, but I use it when you would need, for cooking things that you would normally need oil with. I use the coconut oil, and very sparingly. Okay, so you need Bragg's apple cider vinegar, a large, 1 or 2 large, whatever, 32 ounces of those in your refrigerator. And you need coffee, tea, and you need stevia sweetener, and I like to have stevia drops that are 0 calories, but they're flavored. So I buy chocolate raspberry stevia drops for my coffee. Normally, I love cream in the coffee, but no, we are not allowed to have cream on this diet. No milk or dairy, just like no butter or carbs. So when you buy, then I also buy stevia drops like fruit flavored, because I add those to a tea concoction, because the liquids that you're allowed to have is, of course, as much water as you want. Lemon, you can add lemon to the water. They suggest fresh lemon, but I have added squirts of lemon concentrate to my water because I don't like regular water. You can have plain hot tea, cold tea, unsweetened, and coffee with nothing in it. But you can put those chocolate raspberry stevia drops, or you could buy caramel or hazelnut drops. There's a variety of the stevia drops that you could buy if you don't like the chocolate raspberry flavor. Then what I do is I make up my own concoction of a cold tea in a pitcher, and I have to make a new pitcher about every 2 days because I go through that tea. I make it with Nestea dry unsweetened tea in the jar, in a tall jar. It's about $5 or $6, and I just eyeball it. I make the tea and I pour some of the apple cider vinegar in that tea while I'm running the water into the pitcher, along with the dry concentrated tea itself. And then I put about 10 drops of one of these stevia fruit flavors in there, and then fill it up, and that makes a real tasty diet tea that you just can make it, make it to taste for yourself, and you're allowed to have that. You can have as much coffee as you want, but of course, no cream. And that's pretty much all you can have to drink. Water with lemon, unsweetened tea, unsweetened coffee. Okay, and then so I talked about the coconut oil, or in the jar, or the coconut oil in the jar for cooking. You can use butter spray, the kind that comes in the pump. That looks like it's, I think, 0 calories. You can use that, but that's pretty hard to cook with. It kind of has like a, I don't know, like a plasticky feel when you try to cook with that. Then your vegetables. The vegetables you're allowed to have are asparagus, radishes, spinach, onions, cucumbers, tomatoes. Okay, I may have left out some. I think I will write a list, and I will film the list in the next couple days. Cabbage. You're allowed to have cabbage. And of course, any kind of lettuce. Head lettuce, romaine lettuce, leaf lettuce. But remember, you're not going to be able to put much dressing, and you're going to have to make your own dressing. Okay, so if you're going to have salad dressing and you're going to have a salad, you need to make your own dressing. There's only one dressing that you're allowed to have as far as I'm concerned. The other ones that you can have, I don't like. I don't like any of the bottled keto or the diet dressings, but I do make one in a food processor with fresh strawberries, some stevia, some basil, some olive oil, not olive oil, no, coconut oil, a little bit, water, salt and pepper, and some balsamic vinegar, and some of that apple cider vinegar. Put all that in a food processor and make yourself up a couple doses of strawberry vinaigrette. You're allowed to have that. And as far as the fruits that you're allowed to have, you can have grapefruit, strawberries, and apples. Okay, that's pretty much it. I have often an apple a day, or at least half a grapefruit, and then I use the strawberries that I'm allowed to have to make this dressing. I said radishes, cucumbers, cabbage. Okay, so some of these fruits and vegetables you're going to, well, the vegetables, some of them you're going to be able to cook and eat with your protein, and some you're going to just be able to snack on if you want, but you should only have 2 meals a day. I have my meals at 1 p.m. and 7 when I'm on this diet. The way the drops work is there's different ways that you can do it. You could do it 3 times a day, 10 drops under your tongue. I do it 6 times a day with 5 drops under my tongue. I set my phone alarm for 7 a.m., 10 a.m., 1 p.m., 4 p.m., 7 p.m., and 10 p.m. And I put it on repeat. And I keep the drops in my purse, and that reminds me to take 5 drops. Altogether, it should be 30 drops in a day. I find that I like to space it out more than just 3 times a day with the heavier dose. I don't have any negative side effects from this, but what it does is it just allows me to not feel starving to death. And then when I do eat the protein, which is either chicken, shrimp, steak, and sometimes I do a tuna, plain tuna, or an egg to throw in some variety. That's whitefish. That's pretty much it. And you can only eat twice a day. So you're supposed to have 1 protein, 1 vegetable, and then you can have 1 fruit as a snack in the middle, and then 1 protein and 1 vegetable. They do say you can have those little Melba toasts, but I find that the calories aren't worth it, and that I don't really like the taste of those Melba toasts, and I can tell you more about them. I'll show you a picture of them, but I don't usually use that, I guess, maybe until later in the diet when I'm really, really starving for a carb, because it tastes like cardboard to me. Anyway, that is like an overview of the diet. You can ask questions in the comments. I'm going to keep explaining more about the diet and tell you how to weigh yourself and tell you how much weight you should be losing. You should lose 1 pound a day, but you need to have a very good scale that can break down, like not just 1 pound, but like 1.2 pounds, 1.8, because you'd like to know that information. So there's a lot more information that I have about this diet, how you reach plateaus, how you get out of a funk. What do you do if you're starving, if you're feeling starving, stuff like that. So I'm going to end the video before 15 minutes now, and then I'm going to pick it up. Please leave me any questions, and I'll try to answer them next time. And I'm going to keep this series up talking about the HCG diet, which is sort of like the new keto, but it's the old HCG diet. All right, thanks for listening.